I'm Vegas Runner here breaking down UFC 129, which will be the biggest crowd in UFC history in Canada. And we're going to be breaking down Lyoto Machida and Randy Couture. This one, the UFC has done a great job of promoting. Bottom line, Couture's final fight. We've heard this before in the past, but it seems like at 48 years old, this one should definitely do it. With that said, if enough money's on the table, more than one fighter's been willing to come back. So we'll see if Couture sticks to his word. Because of that, I think we're going to see this line continue to drop. Right now, we're looking at Machida minus 320 on average, and take back on Couture's plus 260. I think you're going to see a lot of sentiment for Couture from fans, thinking that Randy has a shot. It's his final hurrah, and they're going to want to back the natural in this spot. Because of that, I think the line will continue to drop. As much as I respect Couture and what he's done for the sport, and you know me, I love betting dogs, especially when it comes to the UFC and any MMA for that matter. Bottom line, it's the one sport where you can really beat an opponent in so many different ways. And because of that fact, the dog is always live, meaning you could be losing for 3 rounds and with a minute left, put on that submission and walk away with the victory. Because of that, the dogs are live. In this case, fellas, I got to back the favorite, and that's the only way you can look at this fight. Bottom line, many believe Machida's style has been exposed. He's lost 2 straight fights in the UFC. Many believe, myself included, that he's actually lost 3 fights if you count the first one with Shogun. With that said, before his losses, we were all talking about the Machida era. So all of a sudden, this kid's stock has dropped as much as you possibly can see stock drop in a fighter. And I know at minus 320, you're thinking, wait, he's heavily favored. But the bottom line is, the true odds on this fight are a lot higher. At 320, and I do believe it's going to drop, that simply means Machida's got to win 8 out of 10 times these two meet to turn a profit. And I really think if these two meet 10 times, Machida beats them all 10 times. In this today. Not in the past, but today. Bottom line, Couture's 48 years old. And I always say this, style makes fights, and this is another style nightmare for Couture. I will give the UFC a lot of credit for hyping this up and making many believe that the natural has a chance at pulling off a victory, winning his last 3 fights, beating Brandon Vera, which was a great fight by Couture. But after that, he beat up James Toney, which I think I could give a run for his money inside the octagon. And then he beat Mark Coleman, who just got dropped off at the retirement home around the corner. So Couture hasn't beaten anyone since 2007 when he beat Gonzaga and he beat Tim Sylvia, okay? So his best days are really behind him, and this is more or less a swan song. I just think this is going to be an easy night for Machida. This is going to be as motivated a fighter as you will see. Doesn't want to lose 3 straight. Many are saying he will get dropped by the UFC. That will not happen even if he loses the fight. So that kind of pressure, that's just gossip. But the fact remains, this kid is up there when you're talking about the top prospects at 205. Because of that, this is a huge fight for Machida, and I don't think his style's been that exposed. Bottom line, he just fought some extremely gifted fighters. And in this case, Couture has one shot, and that's to get him up against the cage, use his dirty boxing, and try to escape with a decision. You're not going to submit Machida, and I don't think Couture is going to be able to knock him out either. So the only way Couture wins this is by winning 2 of the 3 rounds, and I just can't see that happening. How I think this fight breaks down is simple. Machida's going to pick Couture apart. He's going to show him nothing but angles. He's going to avoid the clinch, and he's going to either knock out the natural or coast to an easy and unanimous 3-0 decision. I don't see him losing any rounds in this fight. When you look at Machida, he's 33 years old. He KO'd Evans. He KO'd Thiago Silva. He submitted Sokaju. And he had a unanimous decision against Tito Ortiz. So he's gotten it done in the past. And I think he'll be able to get it done, no doubt, against the natural. Like I said, UFC has done a great job at hyping this fight and making many believe that the natural still has a lot in him at 48 years old. But the bottom line is he needs to stick to the coaching, stick to the movies, and we all reach that point where you just don't have it no more. And I think it's going to really show, and I can already see it. It's like one of those visions. You could see him saying farewell. You can see Joe Rogan walking in and interviewing the loser, which is a rarity, but interviewing the loser, and Couture saying thank you to all the UFC fans, but Machida's hand will be raised one way or the other. This is a bargain at anything minus 320 or better. I think we get better. Take the Dragon in this one. Lay the price with the favorite. Sorry, Couture. Just not going to get it done come Saturday.